Hey guys, it's Callie, and welcome back to I Watch Too Much Anime, and today we're talking about the fall 2021 anime lineup. The leaves are changing, Spirit Halloweens are opening, and I've spent all my money on spooky decorations from Joann Fabrics. And all of this can only mean one thing. It's almost October. That also means it's time for a new anime season, and with it comes a bunch of new fall anime series. So today I'm going to mention a few series, movies, and OVAs that have caught my eye, and honestly there's a lot to look forward to, and this season looks like it's going to be pretty stacked. But really quick, if you're new to my channel or if you're a new subscriber, welcome! I make videos about anime and animated shows, so if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to check out the other videos on my channel and subscribe if you want to see more. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it.
あの瞬間、何色でもなかった俺の人生に色がつき始めた。
So the first series I'm looking forward to is Blue Period, and I've had my eye on this series since I saw the promo for it a few months ago. The main character is a high school boy who is bored with his life and doesn't really have a strong passion for anything. However, that changes when he tries art after seeing a painting by a member of the art club. To his surprise, he finds that he really enjoys it and wants to make it his dream. It looks like a really nice slice of life drama that will have some really pretty visuals and artwork, so I'm really excited to see more of it. The series is also something to note because it'll be one of the first animes that Netflix will be releasing on a weekly basis, as episodes will be released a week after they air in Japan. And this is pretty interesting because, as I've mentioned in a previous video, Netflix is heavily investing in anime, but where they currently fall short is in their lack of simulcasts. Heck, even for their original anime series, there is usually a long wait before they're released outside of Japan. But if Netflix continues to explore simulcasts, it could be a real game changer for the anime streaming market, especially since Funimation now has a monopoly over it after acquiring Crunchyroll. But getting back on track, the series seems like a really nice heartfelt story about exploring your passions and following your dreams. If you want to check the series out, you can find it on Netflix, and it begins airing outside of Japan on October 9th.
古見さんは美しい。なんかもう眩しい。古見さん。
Next up is Komi Can't Communicate, which is another series that will be airing weekly on Netflix. It's about a boy who becomes friends with a school beauty and their various antics as he tries to help her overcome her communication disorder and make 100 friends. And aside from the fact that maybe she should go to a speech therapist instead of putting all of her trust in like a 16-year-old boy, the series looks really cute. The art styles and the visuals look adorable, and the series looks like it'll be a really nice time. You can find the series on Netflix starting October 7th.
これはヤバい化け物たちとの遭遇をすべてシカトでしのいでいく少女の物語。
Getting to the spooky spirit, next up we have Morocco-chan, which describes itself as a horror comedy series. I love horror and I love comedy, so this series seems right up my alley. It's about a normal high school girl whose life is changed when she suddenly gains the ability to see spirits, ghosts, and various monsters. She then has to try to continue living her life as normal and ignore the terrifying creatures that surround her. And I'm curious as to how they'll incorporate the comedy because so far the trailers have kind of focused more on the horror aspect, but I'm really excited to see how it all plays out. The character designs are also pretty cool, and I really like this under-eye emphasis on the main character. So if you like horror and comedy, you can find this series on October 3rd on Funimation.
職業は
専業主婦です。
Next up, we have the second part of The Way of the House Husband, and I can't wait for this. It's about a Yakuza boss turned house husband who has to deal with the responsibilities of taking care of the house while his wife is away. And the show is comedy gold. They create such hilariously absurd situations from mundane occurrences, while also having some really cute and heartwarming moments. The style of animation is also really interesting, so I can't wait for the second part of this. You can find season 1 on Netflix currently, with new episodes dropping October 7th on Netflix.
君は
私、名をゆずきと申します。玉彦様のお嫁さんになるためにまかりこしました。
Next up, we have Taisho Otome Fairy Tale, which I'm hesitantly excited about. It's about the youngest son of a powerful family who loses both his mother and the function of his dominant arm in an accident. He's then sent to live alone in the countryside to avoid being seen by the public and understandably falls into a deep despair. However, that changes when a young girl shows up on his doorstep and claims that she was sent by his father to be his bride. And while this series has the potential to be a really nice heartwarming romance about first love and overcoming/working through trauma together, I am a little concerned as to how they'll portray living with a disability, as the main character can't use his dominant arm. I hope any discussions of it don't include any harmful language or harp on any harmful stereotypes regarding living with a disability. So yeah, fingers crossed for that. But if you want to check out the series for yourself, you can find it October 8th on Funimation.
何やったの？なんでパクられた？無実よ。
Now this next one I know a lot of people are hyped and excited about, which is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean. It's the long-awaited 5th season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and follows Yolene Kujo as she attempts to escape Green Dolphin Street Prison where she's been framed for murder. And to be honest, I've never watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so I don't really have any investment in this series. But I know a lot of people who have been waiting for the 5th season and are really excited it's finally here. I've heard some really good things about the series, and the art style is so incredibly unique and cool that I might check out the series in the near future. There's no official release date yet, but you can look forward to the series sometime in December on Netflix.
時が来た。神の座を次の人間に。
Another series I've seen a lot of hype for is Platinum's End, which is actually from the creators of Death Note. It's about a boy who's saved from a self-proclaimed guardian angel and is given both supernatural powers and the chance to become the new god.
Don't you want to become a cult leader? Since the death of God, there's been a vacancy open. You could fill that void.
And in order to claim his position, he must defeat the other 12 god candidates in 999 days. And honestly, I'm kind of excited for this series. Death Note was one of my favorite series growing up, and I really loved a lot of the psychological aspects it had, and this new series seems like it'll have a lot of that as well. Now that I think about it, it kind of sounds like a combination of Death Note, Battle Royale, and Save Me Lollipop. Also, fair warning, the content looks to be pretty dark, and suicide is mentioned in the first episode, so if that's something that you're sensitive to, maybe don't check out the series. But if you want to watch the series, you can find it October 8th on Crunchyroll.
僕の目には妙にはっきり見えてしまうものがある。
Staying in the supernatural realm, next up is The Night Beyond the Tri-Cornered Window. It's about an exorcist who teams up with a bookkeeper who can see ghosts, and together they solve supernatural cases. Oh, and it's also BL. Did I forget to mention that? The trailer is actually really funny because the first half is all mystery, drama, tension, and plot, and then the second half is just pure horny chaos. So yeah, this series just looks like it'll be a lot of fun. You can find this series on Crunchyroll with episodes starting on October 3rd.
ああそうだ、ヴァンパイアハンターロナルド様がてめえを退治しに来たぜ。
そうですか。
死んだ。
Another series that just looks like it'll be a lot of fun is The Vampire Dies in No Time. And aside from just some good spooky vibes for fall, the series also seems like a really nice comedy. It's about a hunter who takes in a cowardly vampire who dies at any sudden surprise. And that's pretty much it. The trailer for the series made me laugh a few times, and the art style is pretty good as well, so I'll definitely be checking out this series. If you want to watch it, you can find it October 4th on Funimation. Next up, we have a short-form series that I'm looking forward to, which is Deji Meets Girl. It's about a high school girl who meets a teenage boy while working part-time at her family's hotel. And ever since the boy's arrival, weird things have begun to happen. And I think the series just looks adorable. The art and the coloring style are so cute, and I've loved all the visuals they've released so far. As I mentioned, the series will be short-form, so each episode will only be about 90 seconds in length. Currently, there's no information on where it will be simulcast from, but the series begins in Japan on October 1st.
五十嵐。おー。
And the last show I'm interested in checking out is My Senpai is Annoying. It's an office romance about the new hire who's annoyed that her large senpai treats her like a child just because she looks like one. And aside from the fact that I wish she didn't have to look so much like his daughter, the series looks kind of cute. Now that I'm looking at it, I feel like I've seen some of these characters before, but I don't know where. Nah, whatever. Getting back on track, the series looks really cute and like it'll have a lot of really nice heartwarming romance, which means that I have to watch it. If you're also a fan of romance anime, the series starts airing on October 10th on Funimation. Now, there's not a lot of OVAs this season, but one that I'm really looking forward to is the Given OVA. I talked about Given and why I love it in my anime recommendations video, so if you want to hear more about the series, go check out that video. But this OVA will focus on a Mafio and Ritsuka's storyline that wasn't highlighted in the Given movie. And I'm always here for more content of my boys, and it looks like the OVA is gonna make me sob, so I can't wait to watch it. The OVA will be released on December 1st and will be bundled with the 7th volume of the manga. And while there's no news as to where it will be available outside of Japan currently, I'd say that it's pretty plausible to assume it'll be released on Crunchyroll eventually, since they already have both the series and the movie. Nothing is official, so if you want to check it out, be sure to keep an eye out for it. Now, this first movie might be the most hyped title of the season, and that's Jujutsu Kaisen 0. This movie serves as a prequel to the main series and will focus on the backstory of Yuto Kotsu, one of the second-year students at Jujutsu High. And I'm very excited for this movie because 1, I love Jujutsu Kaisen, and 2, this movie seems like it'll be the perfect setup for Season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Granted, I haven't read the manga, so no spoilers please, but Yuta was mentioned only a few times in Season 1, and with things heating up in Season 2, it makes sense that he'll make his first appearance sometime then. So this movie will serve as a really good bridge bridge between season 1 and season 2 because it'll give a lot of background on this new powerful character and really help further the plot and audience investment. The movie is slated to be released on December 24th in Japan, and while there isn't any news of a US release date just yet, with how powerful Jujutsu Kaisen is worldwide, I wouldn't be surprised to see US screenings of it shortly after its Japan premiere. Drastically switching gears, next up we have Sing a Bit of Harmony. Now I actually heard about this movie on TikTok a few months ago because everybody was saying how it had really big women love women vibes, and after watching the trailer, yeah, it does. It's about this perfect transfer student who can sing, is incredibly athletic and charming, but is actually an AI. And for some reason, she chose her one objective to be to bring this one lonely girl happiness, which, if that's not gay, I don't know what is. That being said, I really don't think it's going to be canon, and it will probably more of a gals being pals vibe, but regardless, I really want to see this movie. It looks like a really nice heartwarming story that also might make me cry like Hal did, so I'm excited. Like most of these movies, there's no news of a North American release, but the film comes out in Japan on October 29th.
抱かせてください。
Next up, we have Dakaichi, I'm Being Harassed by the Sexiest Man of the Year, the movie in Spain. It'll be a continuation of the series and will cover the Spain arc from the manga. If you're unfamiliar with the series, it's about two actors competing for the top spot in more ways than one. And I don't know, I just really enjoy the series and I'm excited for more content because sometimes I just want to shut my brain off and watch some nice smut. There's no news of a North American release date, but the film premieres in Japan on October 9th.
私は新しい星を見つけたい。
Next up, we have Summer Ghost, which is about 3 online friends who go searching for, spoiler alert, a summer ghost. It looks like it's going to be a drama / coming of age story, as each of the characters are high school students struggling with their future. The movie is also the directorial debut of Ayundra, who's the illustrator of Josie the Tiger the Fish and I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. So if you're a fan of his work, be sure to check out this movie when it airs in Japan on November 12th.
乗り越えられるよ。ここはあの時、誰もが乗り越えたんだ。
And lastly, we have Hula Full Dance, which I was semi-interested in checking out, but after doing some research, I'm now really interested in the movie. The story is about a girl who becomes a hula dancer after being inspired by her older sister, and follows her hula team struggles and victories as they grow closer as a team. It looks like a really nice slice of life / coming of age movie with some really pleasing visuals and music. The series is also a part of the Zuto Owen Project 2011+10, which commemorates the 10th anniversary of the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami, which was a devastating tragedy. The project has 3 parts to it, 2 of which I've actually previously talked about in my channel. The first part was the movie Misaki no Miyoga, and the second part was the series Backflip, which I really love. And Hula Full Dance will be the third and final part of the project, and will highlight the beauty of the Tohoku region and hopefully promote people to visit and help aid the economic recovery, which I think is really cool, and I genuinely hope this project is a success. Hopefully the movie will be available outside of Japan sometime soon so that a wider audience can view it, but until then, the movie can be found in Japan starting December 3rd. But yeah, those were some of the series, movies, and OVAs I'm looking forward to this season. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe if you aren't already, and let me know what you guys think. Like I said, this season looks like it's going to be pretty stacked, so I want to hear what you guys are looking forward to the most. I think if I had to pick the top 3 I'm looking forward to, I'd probably have to say Jujutsu Kaisen 0, Deji Meets Girl, and the Given OVA because I love a good cry. But yeah, that'll do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for 1.5k subscribers. I honestly can't believe it, and it still kind of feels like a dream, so just thank you guys all for watching my videos, subscribing, and just sticking with my channel. It really does mean a lot. But yeah, thank you guys so much again, and I will see you all in the next video, and that's a rock fact. Bye! Oh my gosh, I think I remember where I saw those characters. I think it was Smut. Yeah, it was Smut on Twitter.